guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. I'm a 53-year-old lady from Rochester in Kent, which is in the United Kingdom. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 7:08 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday the 23rd of March.
And Alexa, the weather.
Currently, in Rochester it's 5 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect lots of sun with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 3 degrees.
Hi guys, I expect it is going to be a really nice warm sunny day today. So basically last night I took Max out for a walk in the dark with my torch. Previously the lady was outside, she walks her cat, so she's an older lady with short gingerish hair, and she walks her cat outside, and she stood in the middle of the path and road with a torch. So I go outside with the torch because it's dark and I have to go and walk around the field and it's pitch black with hardly any light in. That's why I carry a torch. And I've got two cats which I keep indoors, they're not outdoor cats, and I've got Max here. Right, so I went out for a walk and it was all quiet. The man with the pug dogs opposite, he lives exactly opposite me, first floor, right opposite, was right behind me with a pair of pug dogs, and they were breathing heavily right behind my feet. Now my mum has really bad breathing difficulty, and when she's talking over the phone she gasps for air. So just as that was going on, my mum then rang the phone. My mum rang the phone and I answered it whilst I was on the field, while this guy with pug dogs was walking fairly near to me. And she was telling me how she'd got no help from her workers, how she had aches and pains all over her body, and she hadn't heard from Charlotte. And I said, well, I'd be worried about Charlotte, because Charlotte's been supposed to have COVID in her whole family. And she said, I can't do anything because I can't walk, I can't do anything. And so we said goodnight, and then when I came back, there was a family I'd never seen in my life before. I don't think they live round here. And the kid went, I'm gonna die! Really out loud, before he went in the co-op with his mum and dad. The child said, I'm gonna die! And, you know, people do these odd things. I don't know why, but they do. So I carried on walking. It didn't upset me, didn't frighten me, didn't get distracted. And then cars started coming fast round the corner while I was trying to cross the road. They actually did. Two cars, while I was trying to cross the road, came out of nowhere after that kid said that. So I walked behind the back of the flats and walked around the corner and came back into my flat. Came in, watched Cleopatra. I'd watched Elvis Presley in Double Trouble before I went out in the evening, and then I came back and I watched Cleopatra, you know, Mark Antony, Cleopatra, and it was just quiet, making myself cups of coffee, watching the TV. I went to bed, and 4 o'clock in the morning there was a call on my audio WhatsApp from what I believe is a fake Keanu Reeves site. It's fake. So it was obviously somewhere in America. Called me at 4 in the morning, jumped out of my bed, went to the toilet, went back to bed, and I'm up this morning and I'm getting ready to go out to take Max for a walk. Now I'm up early, not because of the fake Keanu Reeves WhatsApp call, but because it gets light in the mornings doesn't it? And if you haven't got blackout curtains, the light shines right through the window and wakes you up, right? So that is why I'm up early, because the sun's shining bright through the window, not for any other reason, right? I'm not angry. I've got aches and pains myself because after a scrape and polish it hurts. It really does hurt. I mean, that's natural. I'm not going around angry like a bear with a sore head. I've made myself a cup of coffee, okay? And I'll have another good day, hopefully. Alexa, can you put LBC radio on, please?
LBC London from Global Player.
Alexa, can you put the radio on, please?
Okay, playing your most played songs.
Now, Alexa, can you put LBC radio on, please?
LBC London from Global Player.
Over the immediate term, but also what they can do to degrade the Russian economy and degrade the Russian military supply over the coming weeks. And sanctions have never been implemented at this scale before, never mind on a large economy like Russia. So I think we do have to modify our expectations that you can use sanctions in the place of military intervention. And I think accompanying the large-scale arming of Ukraine that the West has done, sanctions of this scale will have an impact on Russia's ability to pursue this war. They are standing on the brink of a currency crisis, potentially of a sovereign default, taking away the war chest, quote-unquote, that Putin has amassed to be able to pursue his aggression against Ukraine.
Do you agree with what many are saying, that the West, not just the UK, moved too little and too late?
I don't moved too late in this scenario, in fact, and I'm just saying this as a sanctions practitioner. The measures that we took, and I'm specifically referring to the freezing of Russia's foreign exchange reserves in the West, happened much faster than anyone had anticipated. Because I think we overestimated the Russian capacity in Ukraine. We thought they were going to be able to achieve their goals within days. And so the idea was, we have to use the strongest measure we have in our playbook, the foreign exchange reserves, right now to be most effective. Now, thankfully, the Ukrainians have been fighting massively, and we're in a bit of a stage where we have to say, well, what can we actually do next? Because we have set the Russian economy into broad-scale crisis, and the fighting is continuing.
Lastly, is there any sense it leaves a bad taste in the mouth, if you will, that now regular Russians, I read, are reporting there are problems with food, there are problems of supply. So ordinary Russian citizens are now on the receiving end. How fair is that?
I think it's the unfortunate byproduct of any strong sanctions regime. And I think to a certain point,